9 things that instantly make a man want to date you. In this video, I'm going to tell you what rouses a man's interest and makes him instantly attracted to you and want to pursue you. It's Sabrina, your personal love advisor from A New Mode, the channel where we show you how love actually works. Now, I'm just going to preemptively say this before I get comments saying, why is it all about a man? Why does everything we do have to be about getting a guy? If you know me and you know my content, you know that that's not my philosophy and that is not what we're about here. It's not about doing things for him. It's about doing things for you, because this will increase your happiness and your quality of life. And this, in turn, just makes men more attracted to you. It makes people more attracted to you in general. So we can frame it as things to do to attract men and make a man want to date you, but really these are things that will just make your life better overall. So don't come for me with that, because that is not what we're about here. But I'm going to share the traits that instantly make you come across as a high value woman. And this is the kind of woman that men instantly are drawn to and want to date. So make sure you watch this video until the end. Real quick, if you like this video and find it helpful, please tap the like button. That is a super quick, like literally takes less than a second. So super quick, super easy way to help me out, help me grow my channel. Also make sure to subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified when I post new content, and also follow me on Instagram at A New Mode. Also, I'm assuming you're here because you want a better understanding of what men want in a woman. What makes a man want to pursue you, want to date you, want a relationship with you. I'm going to give you a lot of amazing tips in this video, but if you want to go even deeper, if you want more depth, if you want a true understanding of what men want in a woman, then definitely check out our Make Him Want You Bad system. It literally answers every question. It takes you on a tour through the male mind, and I wrote it with a man, so don't come for me again. It's not just from my perspective. I wrote it with Eric, my partner on A New Mode. It is literally a guide through the male brain, how they think, how they operate, what makes them want to pursue you and commit to you. So definitely check that out if you are interested in learning about these things. You can get it at makehimcraveyou.com, and I will link it down below. Okay, so let's talk about the traits that make a man instantly want to date you. Number 1, confidence. Yeah, we know it's important to be confident, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know this already. But I'm telling you again, why? Okay. So do you ever come across articles or maybe videos on YouTube that say, these are the secrets to gorgeous skin, to losing weight, to having a flat stomach, to having more energy? And you're like, yeah, tell me, I want to know. And you click instantly. And what is the one tip that these types of articles and videos always share? They say, drink more water. Now for me, when I hear that, I'm like, oh, I know that already. But you can know something, but that doesn't mean that you're actually doing it. Like, do you drink as much water as you should be drinking? Probably not. I'm not. So hearing the advice, you might already know it, but that's meaningless unless you're actually implementing it in your life. That reminds me, I'm really trying to drink more water, and I have noticed a difference in everything when I do. So you should definitely do that as well. So it's the same with confidence. Yes, we all know that working on our confidence is important for so many areas of our lives, but are you actually doing it? Are you making an effort to work on your self-confidence? You know who my confidence role model is? My 3-year-old daughter. Because she just goes through life assuming that everybody loves her. And if somebody seems like they don't like her, she just kind of doesn't care, or she just seems confused by it. Now that's what you need. You need a confidence role model. It could be a 3-year-old, it could be a celebrity, it could be a friend, it could be a big sister. Look at how they go through the world and try to mirror that. Because the concept of fake it till you make it, it works. It's true. Because once you act like a person of high value, someone with confidence, that seeps in. And then those feelings become integrated into your sense of self. And then you become that person. I have another video on how to be a high value woman, and all of those are great tips to increase your feelings of confidence and self-esteem. So definitely check that out as well if this is something you struggle with. Number 2, show genuine interest in him. The secret to getting anyone to like you and be interested in you isn't by showing them how interesting you are. It's by showing interest in them. And it's kind of rare to find people that show a genuine interest in who you are, because so many of us are just wrapped up in how we're coming across, how we're presenting ourselves. We don't really think about the other person's experience. So when you show genuine interest, I mean, this has a powerful effect on men, but it just has a powerful effect on people in general. Now, let me just say, showing interest does not mean you obsess and that you pursue. It just means that you are trying to get to know this person. You're curious about them. You're interested in them. Not pursuing, not chasing, okay? I just want to clarify that here. Ask him meaningful questions. And I have a whole other video on good questions to ask a guy. We also have tons of articles on this on A New Mode. So just do a search on anewmode.com for questions to ask a guy. You'll get a million articles. But really listen for the answer and really listen when he speaks. Don't just wait for your turn to counter what he's saying. Really listen. Number 3, have a full life. If you want to rouse a man's interest, you have to be interesting. Being interesting means you have a full life. You have a lot going on. Worshiping him is not interesting. Bowing down to him and just catering to him and bending over backwards is not interesting. This is not how you get a guy to be interested in you. This is how you get treated like a doormat, or what makes him feel like, you know, there's nothing really here and that's it. He leaves or he ghosts or he dumps you or whatever. Deep down, a lot of guys have a fear of losing their freedom in a relationship or losing themselves in a relationship, because that can happen. And most men aren't able to articulate this fear, and it's not that they're anti-relationship. It's just that they have this fear that she's gonna need me too much. She's gonna suck me dry. She's gonna take too much from me. Like, not too much from me, you know, material goods, like mentally, emotionally. And that's scary to guys. So and this is what gets confused with a fear of commitment. People think that guys are afraid of commitment, but they're not. Men are afraid of being sucked into a bad relationship that sucks them dry. And you can assuage that fear by having a lot going on in your life so that he's not the only thing going on in your life. There's nothing romantic about that. Maybe that's how love is portrayed in the movies and in romance novels, but that's not reality. That's not romantic. There's nothing interesting about that. Just, you know, being obsessed with this one person and he's your entire world. You have to have a lot going on in your life. It's really important. This isn't just important in terms of getting a guy. This is important in terms of having an amazing relationship. It's so important to just have your own separate interests. I mean, as your relationship deepens, obviously your lives merge together more and more, but it's still important to have things that fulfill you outside of the relationship. Number 4, you don't play games. What? Of course you have to play games. Isn't that what we've been told our whole lives? Yes, we have been told that, but no, you do not need to play games to get a guy to want to date you. We really need to rewire our brains here, because this has just been drummed into our heads for such a long time. The thing with games is they create the illusion of confidence. When you play games, you make it seem like you're a high value woman who has a lot going on, because you're trying not to text him back right away and you're trying to make yourself seem unattainable or mysterious, but that's not really who you are. You're just making yourself seem that way. It's like very similar to social media, how, you know, we use filters and people edit photos. Not me, I don't have time to figure out how to do that. I wish I could do that, but I don't know how. We create this facade, but we know it's not our reality, but other people don't know that, but it's not real. That's what games are. They're an alternate reality. You're presenting yourself as something that you're not. And eventually that facade's gonna crack, because you can't maintain it forever. Eventually you're gonna get caught. And if you do end up in a relationship with this guy, your real self is gonna emerge eventually. And then what? Your focus should not be on playing hard to get. It should be being hard to get. And you are hard to get when you are a high value woman with a lot going on in your life. Because naturally, when you are this woman, you're not obsessively checking your phone to see if he texted you back, because you have other things going on. Also, because you have other things going on, you have a very stable, solid sense of worth. So you're not relying on this guy to text you back in order to give you feelings of being worthy, of feeling validated. You don't need that, because you have so many other sources of that. Fact is, it doesn't matter what you do. It's the intention behind what you do. And if you're coming from a needy, desperate place, and when you're playing games that is coming from a needy, desperate place, most guys will intuitively pick up on it, and it is not attractive. Number 5, you're passionate about something. We are intuitively drawn to people who pursue their passions because it inspires us to pursue our passions. And that's what we all long for deep down. We may not realize that's what we're longing for, but it is. And this is why so many people feel so empty inside. It's because they're not pursuing their passions. Maybe they don't even know what they're passionate about. So they feel this emptiness and they outsource to other things, thinking it's gonna fill them up. When you are passionate about something, even when you talk about your passions, your face lights up. You're exciting and engaging, and that is a super attractive energy. And it's infectious and it inspires people. Another thing we talk about a lot on A New Mode is how Men kind of want a muse, and a woman who is a muse is someone who inspires him to be his best self. And if you're pursuing your passions and being your best self, he's gonna up his game. And that is the most amazing feeling to a man. So that's really what a man wants in a woman, someone who inspires him. Number 6, you are not afraid to call him out. A lot of women are scared to do this because they don't want to seem mean or naggy or demanding, but that's not the same as calling a guy out on his BS. Of course, you don't want to do this in a bossy, rude way, but when a woman can call him out on his BS, it just shows that, number one, she's like not afraid of losing him. A lot of women, when a woman is terrified of losing a guy, she will tiptoe around him. She'll be so careful and measured with her words and her actions because she's so scared of maybe offending him in the slightest way. A woman who is confident doesn't have that fear. And she'll call him out when he's being ridiculous. And he'll appreciate her for that. Again, you're not doing this in a reprimanding way. You do not want to be like his mother. You definitely don't want to give off those kinds of vibes. It's also important to call him out when he disrespects you. Don't be afraid of rocking the boat. If he does something you consider disrespectful, call him out on it. Because when you do this, that is how you get a guy to respect you. You do not get a guy to respect you by just catering to his will and letting him treat you like a doormat. Number 7, you can laugh at yourself and find the humor in anything. Being able to laugh at yourself means you don't take yourself too seriously. And again, that's a very attractive energy to be around. And it also just shows confidence. You're not trying to always seem polished and perfect. You show that you're a real person and you're confident. You accept yourself. You accept your flaws. You can laugh at yourself. You can acknowledge when you're being a little silly or ridiculous. It's really refreshing to be around someone who has this lighthearted approach to life. People often ask me, how do you know when you found the one? And I mean, there could be a long answer or a short answer to this. And my short answer is, you have to ask yourself, is this someone I want to do life with? Because the beginning of a relationship, the dating phase, that's exciting. That's fun because there's chemistry and it's new and it's fresh and you're doing all these exciting things. But you're gonna get past that point. And then after that, you just have life. You just have living life together. And life can be pretty dull and pretty mundane. Is this the person you want to sit in 3 hours of traffic with? Like, are they going to be angry and stressed, or are you going to find fun games to play and make each other laugh? Are you going to be able to take life in a lighthearted way? Is this the person you want to just do the mundane things with? Because that's what a relationship is. It's just doing stuff together. Living life together. Number 8, you aren't desperate for a boyfriend. As with anything in life, wanting it too badly can often hinder your chances of getting it. When you want a boyfriend so badly, you just carry yourself in a different way. You are just different in your interactions with him. Now look, it's okay to want a boyfriend. It's okay to be at a phase in your life where you want to settle down, but it really is about the intention behind it and the mindset that you're coming from. For example, I remember I had a point in my life where I was very sloppy for a long time in my love life. As you guys know, if you're regulars on this channel, I tell you guys a lot about my stories gone wrong and my dating history gone awry. But there did come a point where I spent a long time working on myself. I didn't date for a really long time. I really just focused on me. And I got to this point where I felt like, okay, I have come as far as I'm gonna go as a single person. I am confident, I'm happy, life is good, I feel good about myself. I feel self-actualized. The only growing I'm gonna do after this point is in a relationship with someone else, because I've come as far as I can go as a single person. And I genuinely felt that in my bones. Shortly after that, I started dating my husband. And one quote you'll hear a lot on A New Mode is, love brings up all that is unloved within us. And of course, when you're in a relationship, a whole new crop of issues arises that you have to deal with. So it was true. I did come as far as I could on my own, and the rest of the work I had to do on myself came through being in a relationship. But I was in the best possible place I could be in before that, and the rest of my growing came after. And then once I hit that point, then I had kids, and then that brings up a whole other crop of issues for you to deal with. So the work never really stops. The point is, so where I was coming from is very different from a woman who has not worked on herself, is insecure, is needy, is a total mess, and just says, I want a boyfriend because that will make her feel good about herself. That will be a Band-Aid on her bullet wound, you know? That's not gonna solve any of the core issues. That's just a temporary fix. Although a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, I don't really know if that will help so much. Probably not. The point is, you cannot want a boyfriend just for the sake of filling your empty hole that's within yourself. You can want a boyfriend because you feel like, okay, I'm at the stage where I'm ready to be in a relationship. But you're okay if that doesn't happen right away because you're happy on your own and you're happy being single. I hope you get the distinction there. Number 9, you're relaxed around him and can just be. Some people are just magically good at being themselves all the time. Other people have a harder time with this. They feel a little bit of social anxiety, even just, talking to girlfriends or talking to new people. And especially when they're with a guy that they're dating, a guy they really like, they're just kind of tense and not at ease. And again, people intuitively pick up on the energy that you're sending out. They pick up on your vibe. And if you can't just be, it's just not going to feel good to be around you. When you are in that happy, confident, fulfilled place, you'll naturally be able to just be yourself because you're thoroughly happy with who you are. And this won't be difficult for you. So if you find it hard for yourself to just be, it's probably because you aren't accepting the whole of who you are. So those are the ways to get a guy to instantly want to date you. I hope this was helpful. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to tap that like button and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to know exactly what gets a guy to not only want you, but to want to be with you and want to commit to you, then check out our Make Him Want You Bad system. You can download it right now at makehimcraveyou.com. I will link it down below. Follow me on Instagram @anewmode, and I will see you in the next video.